Hey guys, this is Ian here from Headphone Zone, and today we are having a look at two of the most popular portable DACs. We're of course talking about the Shanling UA1s and the iFi Audio Co-Link. So let's get started. Alright, so let's start off by seeing what we get in the box with both of these portable DACs. With the UA1s, you get, of course, the DAC itself, along with the C2C connector, and you also get a very nifty USB-C to USB-A adapter. This is great if you're connecting it with laptops and PCs who are still using the USB-A. Now, with the Go-Link, you get a few more accessories. You obviously have a fixed arm, which is the Type-C connector. On top of that, you have this Lightning to Type-C adapter, which is great for iPhones and iPads using the Lightning connection. And you also have your C to A connector, which is good to go with laptops and desktops. Now, what I like with the UA1s is that the USB Type-C is actually detachable from the body. So I feel this would be a little bit more durable and more future-proof. So in case you do end up damaging the cable on your DAC, you can always replace that and still use the UA1s. Although the Go-Link has quite a sturdy cable, if you are not careful with your equipment, I can see you damaging this, and that could be a problem. Alright, so I quickly just want to touch base on the build quality of both of these DACs. Now, there's not a lot to complain. In fact, I would say there's more to praise. Starting off, both of these DACs are made of a nice metallic aluminum build, which makes it feel quite sturdy and premium for the price that you pay. They kind of have the same length of USB cable, so it shouldn't be much of a problem when you have this in your pocket or just using it along with your IEMs and easy to drive headphones. The UA1s is a little bit more smooth over the edges, so it feels nicer to hold in your hand. The Go-Link can be a little bit of sharp around the edges, but again, it's not too much of a hassle. On the DACs itself, they have this very minimalist design, which is quite nice. What I like with the UA1s, it goes a step further. You have a 3.5 jack, which is an unbalanced port, and just next to that, a very tiny LED to kind of show you what kind of bitrate and sample rate you're playing. On the Go-Link, you get to see the LED light here, nice and zoomed in on the top. And something to note that the UA1s doesn't do is MQA. So all of you folks out there who are still using Tidal and your MQA master files, you'll be happy to see that happen on the iFi Audio Go-Link. And you also get to see a 3.5 unbalanced output over here. Now, all right, so speaking a little bit about the power output, you'll find more or less the same from these DACs, given the kind of size that they have. So give or take around 75 to 80 milliwatts of power. And as for the DAC chips, both are using ESS 9219 chips. The UA1s is using the C version, this is not, but you'll find that it really doesn't matter, even though it's a similar kind of chip, they both offer very different kind of sound. Alright, now to the all-important question, how do they actually sound? Now, for Shanling's UA1, this is the third iteration we get to see. It started off with the UA1, the UA1 Pro, and now we get to see the UA1s. And with every change, you have a little bit of a tuning difference along with a new updated ESS chip. Now, for the UA1s that we have over here, this time around, they've gone with a little bit more warmer sound to it. And that means the bass is a bit more focused this time around, and you also have slightly narrow soundstage, and this is good, I would say, when you really want to focus in on your music, want to have a more intimate experience. The UA1s does a good job of it. Now, I've been tripping on a lot of Megadeth off lately. One of the tracks that I have been testing a lot of IEMs as well as my DACs is Holy Wars by Megadeth, of course, and this just has a little bit more kick and punch to it. It feels very energetic, very in your face, and I think that's the kind of sound signature that the UA1 goes for. It's a bit more warmer, a bit more intimate, and I would typically like pairing these with IEMs that are pretty much a little bit on the bright side, and you want to reduce a little bit of that top end. Now, iFi has been making DACs for a long time, but this is their first portable DAC that they've made, which is a wired DAC, of course. So the Go-Link this time around gives you quite a nice sound signature. We know iFi has come to be known as using, mainly the Burr Brown DAC chip, which typically has a little bit of a warm sound signature. But I was pleasantly surprised this time around the Go-Link, even though it's using a similar DAC chip to the UA1s, you'll find that this takes a complete different approach to the way it handles music. Everything now seems a lot more wider and a little bit more focused on that upper mid-range to that treble extension. So it's a bit more lively now, and I would typically like pairing these with earphones or IEMs, which probably don't have that much of a soundstage, because it's a good comparison, and they really complement each other well. And even in terms of power output, I had no problems driving all the way from entry-level IEMs to something like the Meze Adwar, which comfortably sits around 50,000-60,000. It really sounds nice, and it's a fresh take for iFi audio, especially in all of the portable DACs that they've released recently. All right, so to the all-important question, what do I think about them? Well, there's no denying that whether you pick the Go-Link Up or the UA1s, they are excellent entry-level portable DACs for your IEMs, especially if you want to try out high-resolution music. But I have my preference. If you're looking for something with a wider soundstage and a bit more detail, I would go with the Go-Link. It simply does that very well, regardless of what IEM you pair it with. Now, I would typically like going with a little bit of a warmer sounding IEM and probably something that has a narrow soundstage so they complement each other well. And the UA1s for that fuller immersive experience when you want the vocals and instruments to kind of be in your face. I would say with tracks which don't have a lot of life to them to begin with, or IEMs in general which are a bit more sharp, something from CCA, KZ, or any of the Hi-Fi products out there. The UA1s does a good job in taking from that high treble and giving you a bit more bass without making things sound overly muddy. Alright, so that's a wrap for this video. In case you want to give these out a try, you're most welcome to come down here in our experience studio in Mumbai or catch us at one of our Headphone Connect events happening all over the country. If you did like this video, do drop your comments down below, and if you're already using the DACs, do let us know what has been your experience so far. We're really interested to know. That's it for this time. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.